We're done. Yes. All right. Excited, excited. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I'm gonna have to multitask here. So, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Oh my
Woohoo!
gosh. Okay, so welcome to another empowering edition of Transformation Tuesday, brought to you by Walker Through Life. We are a community dedicated to supporting women and children in their journeys uh, of healing, growth, and self-discovery. And each week we gather to embrace transformation. And today is our first one. I'm so excited. We're here to share stories and encourage each other as we walk through this together. So today I am beyond blessed and excited to introduce to you a special guest, Amy Thurman. Did I say that right?
That's right.
Amy Thurman.
Yay.
She is the visionary behind Polish the Mirror. Her story of resilience and self-discovery is truly inspiring. And she is here to share her journey from surviving a life-changing injury to create a global movement that empowers individuals to reconnect with their true selves. So here are a few highlights before I have Amy just take it on from here. First and foremost, Amy overcame a decade of living with a broken neck that went undetected for 6 months. Her journey of physical, emotional, and spiritual healing has shaped her into the powerful voice she is today. And she is founder of Polish the Mirror. Through her book, social media content, and transformational resources, Amy helps people shift from fear-based living to soul love, encouraging others to rediscover their work and live with purpose. And a fun fact about her is Amy spent three seasons living and working in Yellowstone National Park and one season at the Grand Canyon. She has also met a famous actor from Love is Blind and didn't even know who he was. How amazing is that? So let's dive on in, y'all. She is here to share her powerful story and offer insight on how we can all begin the journey of the soul alignment and self-discovery. Amy, why don't you go ahead and get us started and let us and share where you were before the challenges that you have experienced.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful welcome. Thank you so much. I'm over here
You're welcome.
blushing like, oh, that's me. She's talking about me, you know.
Yes, yes, you're
Oh,
amazing.
thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. And your first one. Thank you for
Mhm.
asking me.
Yes, you're
I'm
welcome.
so excited to help support you and promote this in however I can. And so thank you
Yes.
again.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey for sure. You want me to start way back when?
Yeah, go way
Before
back, girl. Way back.
Okay. All right. So let's see how far I'll go back. Oh, I'll go back to right before my accident.
Okay.
I was living in one part of the state. I live in Oklahoma and received a job offer from a university in another part of the state. And so I packed up my family and we moved across the state for me to work at the university.
Hmm.
And I did that because that gave me my sense of self-worth. Like
Hmm.
I found my sense of self-worth and how much I could do, how much I could power through. And I think
Yes.
that's what society teaches us to do. How many the labels that we wear, the hats that we wear, and the roles that we play
Hmm.
becomes who we are. And so that's what I was doing. That's who I
Hmm.
was. My job became who I was.
Yeah.
And I was filled with self worth because I was doing the job all
Hmm.
the time. And then one day I could no longer do my job.
Hmm.
I got up during the night, excuse me, because I felt sick and I passed out and I landed on my face on the hardwood floor. The
Hmm.
impact from that fall sheared my brainstem, caused a traumatic brain injury, and it actually broke my neck, but it took my doctor 6 months to figure out any of those injuries. And so
Wow.
I laid flat in bed for 23 hours a day for almost a year because nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. So I went from one day working at the university filled with self worth to the
Hmm.
very next day I couldn't even take everything was stripped away from me and I
Hmm.
couldn't do anything for myself. And so, as you can imagine, it sent me into a deep, deep, dark place that
Yeah.
I would never, ever wish on anyone.
Yeah.
And I felt worthless because my sense of self worth was found in what I could do and how much I could accomplish. And that was gone. And so I knew that I had enough pain medication that I could end this. I could put my family out of its misery. I could put me out of this pain. Nobody was figuring out what was wrong with me. And I was determined to not live like that for the rest of my life. I was not going to live in incapacitation and make my family and myself go through that. And
Hmm.
so I had a plan. I was going to swallow a handful of pills and that was going to be it. It was going to be quick and easy and painless.
Mm-hmm.
But before I could do that, my heart whispered to me, what if you don't have to die?
Mm-hmm.
What if you can make a different choice?
Yes.
What if you can take the same energy you're using trying to die and you can flip it around and you can use it to fight to live? Maybe you can get
Mm-hmm.
better,
Yeah.
or maybe you can use your experience to help others. So I began to fight to live with the intention of using my story to help others. And that's what it has become. Throughout all that journey, it has taken a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very short version. I wrote a whole book about it because there's so much more to it.
I bet. Yeah.
But that, in short, that 10-year journey, I lived with a broken neck for 10 years living with a broken neck. And throughout that journey, my book is called Finding My Hero Within because that's what I learned to do. I learned that my self-worth is no longer found in what I can do or the roles I play or the hats I wear or the labels I'm given. It's found in who I am at my core. It's
Mm-hmm.
found in my authenticity. It's found in who I came here to be. And that's what Polish the Mirror is all about. That's when I developed this framework, Polish the Mirror framework, because it's all about polishing that mirror to see what's really there, to find out what's deep inside of us, and to
Mm-hmm.
help us remember. I'm a that we came here knowing who we are and knowing what our purpose is on this earth. And
Mm-hmm.
well meaning people in our lives have taught us otherwise or convinced us otherwise. And so we have just merely forgotten who we are and what we came here to do. And so
Yes.
Polish the Mirror is about helping us remember who we are and what we came here to do, and just uncovering, removing the layers of grime and dust
Mm-hmm.
and filth that are on our mirrors to uncover what's really there, what's deep down in there that we've hidden. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's what Polish the Mirror is about. That's what helped me go from being completely incapacitated and suicidal to being featured
Mm.
on a Times Square billboard and going to the Emmys and rubbing shoulders with celebrities and,
Yes.
all of these things, turning my story into a movie and all of the things that are happening in my life that are just amazing. And it's all because here's the key, honestly, because I chose different choice. I
Yeah.
realized that I had a choice because when you're in that deep, dark place, I mean, surely most of us have been there where we've been in a deep, dark place. We don't know any way out. We don't see the other side. We don't see the light. And
Mm-hmm.
we don't feel like we have any choices. But I understood, my heart taught me in that moment that I did have a choice, that I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't see it. Everything was foggy and muddy and murky. But this light, this moment of clarity said, you have a different choice. You can make a different choice. And so
Yes.
just the fact that helping understand that we always have another choice. There's always a different way to do what you want to do. There's not just one way to get where you want to be. There's
Mm-hmm.
always a different way. And I figured out what that way was for me. And now I get to help other people learn to do it as well.
And I'm
So that's
sure
the short
just
version.
no, that's a good short version. Just right there, your words of encouragement is very inspirational and reminding all of us that, like you said, we do have a choice. We can, choose one way or we can choose the other. And you chose to like, hey, I'm going to use my story to bring light into other people's lives. And I think that's absolutely amazing. Like your story is so darn inspiring, and I cannot wait for people to see this. I'm so excited. Okay. I have another question.
Sure.
And I know you talked a little bit about your turning point because you did just describe a little bit what has changed you a little bit. So where are you now? Like, where are you today with your growth and healing and things like that? Like, where do you see I mean, where are you?
It's interesting that you asked me that because at this moment in time, the time of this recording, I'm in a really challenging place in my life. People
Okay.
see me and they think I have everything. They think I have
Mm,
they have everything worked out, that everything is
yeah.
rainbows and roses. And that's not how it works. It appears that way because when everything is stripped away from you, like I had nothing.
Mhm.
Once you begin, you appreciate every single thing. And so
Yes.
I appreciate everything in my life, even if it's not much. It's a
Hmm.
lot to me because I went from having absolutely nothing and being able to do nothing. And so people see me as having everything and having it all figured out, but that's not the case.
Hmm.
And what else I want you to know is that, as I mentioned, I've been on a Times Square billboard and been to the Emmys and
Hmm.
events like that and rubbing shoulders with celebrities. And
Yes.
while that may sound amazing and something that everybody wants to do, it comes with challenges. You can't get
Mm.
to that point in your life without having going through challenges that teach you things to rise to that level, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
you don't just say, I want to go rub shoulders with celebrity. I don't know what's something everybody wants, rub shoulders with celebrities, and then you just go. Like you have to go through things to learn
Takes
what it
time.
takes
Mm-hmm.
to work your way up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a constant thing. It's like so I reached that point where I'll know several celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
could reach
good.
out to them today and they will respond. Um, and but I'm not finished. Like I have further to go. And so if I want to move beyond that into the next step, then I have to go through more challenges to learn what I need to learn to get to that level, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't ever arrive. It's a constant challenges.
Mm-hmm. And it's like you're just getting started, honestly. Because like you said, you've been through your I guess I want to call it a tragedy, but that's kind of like what it was, You went through what you went through, and then now you're here, and it's to you, it's like you said, it's like someone wants, I mean, I've heard every now and then, new level, new devil, that there's just people that's maybe something that's trying to knock you down, or maybe it's your own mindset where you're just like, oh, you're just as it's not true, but you're not a nobody, you are a somebody. And yeah, it's just really, I don't know, it's just really eye-opening to remind all of us that like just, there's more to what you see. Like it may see like a polish, a polish a
Yeah.
picture on the screen, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes type of thing. You don't know, like you said, what challenges you have faced. Is there any challenges you want to share and then what you have learned from it that you're comfortable sharing with us today?
Sure, I will say that I am very authentic. Like I'm very
Oh,
determined to be authentic. So when I am going through challenges, I want to share those as well. I do share
hmm
a lot of my socials.
Okay.
So when I'm going through challenges, I do want to share that as well because I don't want people to think that it's all rainbows and roses. I want people to know
Yeah.
that there are challenges involved too. And so if you follow me on my socials, you will see both. You'll see some of
hmm
both.
Yep.
Um, I think the biggest challenge that I have faced, am facing, and still working my way through. Um, some people call it imposter syndrome. I refer to it as something different, and I think it's more of a fear. I will call it a fear
Okay.
because in my experience, I have seen money and fame and notoriety change people drastically. I have seen
Yeah.
it turn them into completely different people. And I am determined to stay humble. Determined to stay kind. I'm determined to stay authentic. And I refuse to allow it to change me. And
hmm
so I do have a fear. Like I have, in all honesty, I have offers coming in daily. Like daily, I have people offering me, things to do or, all interviews and all kinds of things. The one I'm debating right now is to turn my story into a movie with A-list celebrities.
hmm
I'm trying to decide because I have to decide, is that the life I want to live?
Right.
Most people think, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. What do you mean you have to think about it? I have to think about it because I need to really weigh inside me, in my soul, is
Yeah.
that the life I want?
hmm
I Notoriety and fame, that doesn't motivate me.
No.
With all I've been through and all I've learned, my motivation comes from within. And so
Mhm.
I'm about people's hearts, knowing that I'm people's lives is what I'm really about. Okay, if that brings
Yes.
fame and notoriety, that's something else, but that's not what I'm after. And so it's that challenge for me right now is I have been saying no to opportunities that come in because they don't
Good for
feel
you.
aligned and they
hmm
don't feel like that's the direction I want to go.
hmm
And, just really staying true to who I am and not
hmm
allowing society to tell me
Yes.
that that's an amazing opportunity. You need to do it. Well, if it doesn't feel right, then I get to say no. The choice I get
hmm
to make. So,
I love
yeah.
that you said that, Amy, that you get to say no. You do not have to say, you're not obligated to say yes to anything. And like you said, you want to be true to yourself. You want to still be the kind-hearted person that you already are, who's authentic, I can tell. You are very real. You are very real, and I value that. And just because, all these celebrities, that doesn't mean a darn thing. It really, it doesn't at all. I don't know. I could tell like deep down, you just are a really, really kind person. I really do value that. It's
Well,
one of my like values and morals and stuff. So I just really think that's really cool, Amy.
thank
Um,
you. I want to
yeah.
say that before I went to the Emmys, I was invited to a celebrity party in
Okay.
Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
and it was full of celebrities that I had no clue who they were because I'm not a fangirl. It's not
Oh,
that's not important to me. So I'm going around.
that's okay.
These people, are like, I don't know who, and one of them said to me, "You're the most interesting person here." And I said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "We're all actors who pretend to have a story and who pretend to be a certain way, but you're a real person with a real story who really inspires people." And they're like, "You're
Mm-hmm.
the most interesting person here." And I was just like, what in the world? And it
Mm-hmm.
was, I think, because of that authenticity that I'm just like, oh, hey, you're just a person like me. And what I
Yep.
learned was that they are actually just people like us. They just have a different job. They're just
Yep.
different in a different job.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. I've been reflecting. I mean, okay, this is so random. I mean, I never met Bow Wow a day in my life, but like I watched the interview on him when he was on the Shay show here on Facebook. I was just on there, okay? And it just reminded me when he was talking about I mean, this is like off topic a little bit, but he was talking about his mental health. And it did remind me within that moment, celebrities are people, y'all. Like they have feelings, they go through stuff. Like life be lifing, just like it does
Yes.
for us. It's just that they don't see us on TV. That's all it is. It's that's the only
Exactly.
difference. And I just
Yes.
love when you said that. So I thank you for saying that today. Like
Yeah,
seriously.
absolutely. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
so true. And I heard other stories, people like bearing their souls to me at this celebrity party. I don't know who they are, but they're bearing their souls to me because I apparently have this sign that it's invisible that says, please bear your soul to me, because
Oh,
everybody
geez.
seems to want to tell me their life story,
Everything.
which is
Uh-huh.
fine.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
but yeah, they're just like us.
That's good, Amy. Sorry. Y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I got notes. That's how I
There's
stay
nothing wrong with
organized.
notes.
Oh my
And
gosh.
if
I don't know how
if
people
we
speak public speakers do that. I'm like, I just can't not go without my notes. I'm sorry.
no
Um,
worries.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to share with people, like any takeaways or any like words of encouragement that you want to share with people today?
Sure, I will say that people tell me all the time, like, I don't know how you did it. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know how you do what
Okay.
you do. I don't know how you have gotten through everything you've gotten through. What is it that makes you so special? And I always just say, there's nothing that makes me special. It's something that everyone has the ability and the power to do. It's
Mm,
just being willing to get down in there and do the internal
yeah.
work to
Yeah.
get that where you need to get to be able to rise to this level. And it's not something that I have cornered. It's just something that I figured out the hard way. And it does take
Hmm.
a lot of internal work. I've gone through all kinds of therapy, cried lots of
Mm,
tears, and discovered things that I didn't want to discover, that I had pushed down and hopefully to never surface again. I had to allow that stuff to
mm,
feel the feelings that I so that they could serve their purpose and move on and open myself up to more potentialities and more opportunities to come in.
hmm.
Because if we're stuffing things down and cramming it in there, there's no room for the things that we want. We
Hmm.
have to allow those things to surface and serve their purpose and dissipate. Then it makes room for the things that we want to come in. And so
Hmm.
it's a difficult process, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it to get where you want to be in life. It's
Hmm.
one of the things you have to do. And so, again, it doesn't make me special. It means that I was just willing to do the hard work and to
Hmm.
work through all of that internal junk to be able to
Yeah.
get to where I am, and that it's possible for anyone.
Hmm. I like how you mentioned about therapy as well, because I don't think people realize even when great and beautiful things are happening, it's still good to just go ahead if you feel the need to go to therapy. I'm in therapy myself right now. I'm dealing with some hard things as well that I am overcoming. I praise God for that.
Yeah.
But you can go to therapy. I mean, especially around the springtime and we're transitioning to the summertime, like it's just a lot of, I don't know, refreshing things or a lot of things that people may feel pressured about. And it's just really good to just to know that you have that support if you need it. And so I value that you also go to therapy. And I just value that you just one of the realest people I know.
But
Um,
absolutely, I honestly have two therapists. I do. I
okay.
have two different therapists, and I'm a believer that everyone needs therapy. I don't care if your life has seemed
Yes.
perfect, you can still benefit from therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And really my second book, the Polish the
Yeah.
Mirror series, was came about because of the amount of art therapy that I have done. It had helped me so much
Oh,
that I
yeah.
thought I've got to put this into use and help share it with other people. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that book, Amy. I'm reading too. I'm starting to read again, y'all. So if
All
you
right.
don't have it, go. They can find it on Amazon, right? Where can they find the book?
Yes, both my books. My first book, Finding My Hero Within, and the second one is called Polish the Mirror. It's about self discovery. It
Okay.
walks you through the self discovery process in a reflective coloring workbook. So it's a coloring book and a workbook
Ooh.
and reflection that walks you through the self discovery process. Yeah, they're on Amazon or on my website.
Oh, she has a website too, guys. Go ahead and check that out. I'll be making sure I get that information so I can post it on here. So it'll probably be above the status once you guys, by the time you see the recording of this video today. Is there any final things that you would like to share for today at all?
I, I'm just honored to be here and just grateful and just thankful for I like to share that while I have been through some really, really traumatic things, that I now see them as a gift.
Mm.
Because before,
Mhm.
my plan was I worked at the university, I was going to go get my doctorate degree and continue to impart knowledge upon people.
Yes.
But it took that wasn't planned that broke my neck. I'm able to impact so many more lives in such a powerful way that I never even dreamed of. And
Hmm.
so I see it as a gift now. And so if you're going through a hard time or something that you think that you don't know how you're going to get through it, please think of me and my journey and that how someday it may seem like a gift to you. It may take you to a place that you wouldn't have been able to get to otherwise, and that you just needed to go through that to be able to learn what you needed to learn to be able to make the impact that you were brought here that you came here to make. And so
Hmm.
you can do it. You can do hard things, and someday you may see it as a gift. And so just, it may be hard in the moment, but just remember that you can do it and it will be helpful for you at some point down the road.
And the light is at the end of the tunnel. The light is at
Right.
the end of the tunnel. There's still something or some things that still may come, some obstacles along the way, but the light is definitely at the end of the tunnel. And I appreciate you for coming on here as well today. And I just encourage the audience to continue for more Transformational Tuesdays to come on and join us. Go ahead and purchase both Amy's books, and I'll be sure to put that in the link in the comments below as well. And I'll share her website. But yeah, thank you everybody, and I cannot wait to see you all. All right. Thanks.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Yes.